Traditionally, the president will hold a year-end press conference and talk about his record, make the case directly to the American people, defend some of the policy actions taken. The president, as he said very first, doesn't seem to be doing that this year. Can you explain why he doesn't want to defend his record to the American people and make his case for his record to the American people directly?
Well, I think that anytime the president travels and is in front of the American people, he does that. He did that in Wisconsin when he talked about Bidenomics. He talked about small businesses and how that's a pillar of Bidenomics and investing in America. So you heard him do that directly to the American people. Look, he does we make an effort to do a press conference as often as possible, whether it's here at home or abroad. As you know, he held a 2+2 with President Zelensky, which I think was an incredibly powerful, important moment for the American people to see what we have been doing to help the brave people of Ukraine fight against tyranny, fight against the aggression from Russia. And you saw him do that right alongside President Zelensky. And so, you know, the president certainly was very engaged with members of the press corps yesterday who traveled with him. He engaged with them 3 times, took questions, made a statement, really important statement about Venezuela and the hostage situation. And so this is something that we really make an effort to do, and you know, and we will continue to do that in 2024. Do as many as press conferences as possible abroad and at home.
Sorry, can you tell me, you mentioned do as many as possible. What's the president? It's nothing as public schedule. They obviously had a phone call this morning. I'm just wondering if you can, characterize why you can make time on the president's calendar whenever you want.
Well, he made time yesterday to talk to the press. Yesterday, he did. He talked to them. We made time to make sure that he gave a statement about what was happening in Venezuela, the hostage exchange, the swap that you all saw that was very successful. He made time to do that. He stood in front of the press pool in front of him and made that statement and took some questions. He did 2 other gaggles yesterday. So he certainly engages with the press, and he'll continue to do that. And yesterday, he spoke directly to the American people about Bidenomics, really showing what Bidenomics has done, what he's done the last 2 years. And I think that's important as well for the American people to hear directly from him. And we will make the effort to do press conferences here, at home and abroad as well, just like we did last week with President Zelensky.
And different topic on the situation on the border. John Kirby a few minutes ago said that the U.S. probably could be doing more to deal with the situation there. What more should the White House be doing, and what more has the president been doing to address the situation we've seen over the last week or two, especially with slave search?
So I think one of the things I think he meant by that is when we did the emergency supplemental, the national security component of that, it had a border security request, right? And that because the president understood that we did need to do more. And that's why he asked for very important emergency funds to do just that. And what you're seeing, certainly from the Senate side at this time, I know they have decided to go home, but those conversations to get border security, to get that bipartisan agreement continues. And we encourage Congress to get to that as soon as possible, certainly when they get back. So obviously, we're having those negotiation conversations to get more funding because we understand, the president understands that we need to do more, and as it relates to what we're seeing, the flow of migrants that we're seeing at the border, DHS is maximizing its enforcement efforts. That is important. And the thing that is also is important is the message that we have to send to smugglers, right? We have to be very, very mindful because they also put out misinformation. So we try to be mindful there as well. And what we're seeing here at the border, the migration flow, increased migration flow, certainly it ebbs and flows. And we're at a time of the year where we're seeing more at the border. And it's not unusual. This is an immigration system that has been broken for decades, and the president has taken this very seriously to try to do more. That's why we have the comprehensive immigration policy legislation that the president put forth on day 1. So yes, there is more to be done, but we need the help of Congress to get that done.
And it's nothing the president can do himself unilaterally to serve reasons down there?
Look, we asked for more border patrol, right? And he was able to get 24,000 more border patrol folks, law enforcement folks at the border. That's unprecedented. We asked for more. And you got Republicans in Congress who, especially in the House, who want to cut that. They actually want to do the opposite of what the president is trying to do. And so, look, the president has done everything that he can, right? On his own. There's clearly diplomatic conversation happening with AMLO and other folks, other leaders in the region. We're going to continue to have those conversations just to make sure that we deal with the flow. But we also need funding. We also need funding to deal with the border security, which is what we're trying to do right now with these negotiations that are happening with the Senate, with senators right now.